Tonight, a time of rare unity when a country has stood up in outrage against the brutal rape and brutalization of a 23-year-old student in Delhi. As the girl battles for her life, the sheer bestiality of the attack has disgusted and shamed everyone. Most importantly, shamed those who need to take action, our lawmakers. The Speaker expressed Parliament's sentiment when she said, "We hang our heads in shame." Eminent Indian Narayanmurthy summed up as a collective sentiment today, "I'm ashamed to be an Indian." The big question, however, is how do we use this outrage to make sure the law changes, to make sure there are police reforms? Can capital punishment be a deterrent? Is that just one of the angles that should be looked at? Is it time for a complete overhaul of the system? And how do we prevent knee-jerk reactions at a time when we need to take steady, long-term decisions? That's our focus on the show tonight. But first, let's go across the most important aspect of this, the condition of the young student who is fighting for her life in Delhi's Safdarjung Hospital. We know now that currently the girl is still in critical condition 48 hours after she was brutalized. Doctors say her condition, in fact, has worsened slightly. Her pulse rate has increased, her platelet count has fallen. She's now going to be constantly on the ventilator, though she was taken off for some time earlier today. She's also undergone 4 surgeries since yesterday. She needs more surgeries, but doctors say at the moment they can't go ahead till she actually stabilizes. Her intestines are very badly ruptured. Injury marks all over her body. She is conscious. She regained consciousness today and is communicating through gestures. And doctors say the next 48 to 72 hours are critical for the girl. The major development, of course, today and over last night was the arrest of the men. I mean, I don't even know whether it's fair to just describe them as men, really the beasts behind this attack. Young boys. One of them, Ram Singh, is just 25, the driver of the bus, and his brother. They're in their 20s, they live with their parents. And let me go across to Alok Pandey, who's actually reporting live from the slum cluster where they were actually arrested from. And I've also got with me our reporters from around the country, Sonal, Miloni and Radhika Iyer. But Alok, let's go across to you first, because so many people want to know who's behind this attack. And the details you have just don't seem to fit the profile. These are all young men with no past criminal record. Tell us what you know.
Well, yes, Sonia, I'm standing at the Ravidas Jhuggi camp here in South Delhi, and where I'm standing is where the 4 boys used to live in different houses. You were speaking about Ram Singh and Mukesh. Now, they live a bit away from here. They used to live with their family. They were unmarried. Their family is not here anymore, but Ram Singh and Mukesh used to live over here. Neighbors who are not willing to come on camera are telling us that these people had a criminal record in the past too, in the sense that they had run-ins with the police. Another accused, his name is Pawan. He lives somewhere just a little bit away from here. He was a fruit vendor. And I am at the home of someone called Vinay Sharma. Now, Vinay Sharma's family lives here, Sonia. I'm just going to ask my camera person to walk in with me here at this house. This small room is where Vinay Sharma's family used to live. These are the parents of Vinay Sharma. Vinay was a helper at a gym in South Delhi. Now, I'll just go across to the mother. आपका नाम क्या है?
चंपा देवी।
देखिए, जिस दिन ये वारदात हुई है, मैं आपसे भी बात भी कर रहा था, उस दिन विनय यहाँ घर पे आए हैं। क्या आपको कुछ भी ऐसा महसूस हुआ कि ऐसा कुछ हुआ है? क्या हुआ उस दिन?
मुझे कुछ महसूस नहीं हुआ
जी।
वो आए हैं घर पर, यही बोले मम्मी मुझे खाना दे दो, मुझे भूख लगा है और मैं खाऊंगा खाना जी। फिर मैं खाना निकाला हूँ, सब्जी रोटी उनको दी हूँ, खाए हैं, वो खा के सो गए हैं।
फिर अगले दिन क्या हुआ? पुलिस कब आई?
अगले दिन वो उठे सवेरे 10-11 बजे, सो के उठते हैं, 10 बजे उठते हैं, रोज डेली ऐसे करते हैं।
फिर पुलिस
वो 4 बजे आई है, कैंप में 4 बजे पुलिस आई है।
तो तब तक आपको कोई जानकारी नहीं थी? कुछ भी नहीं
जानकारी नहीं था, और न लड़का मेरा कोई डरा हुआ था, न लड़के को कोई खौफ था कि हाँ
जी
कहीं थे, कहीं हमें नहीं जानते।
हरिराम जी, आपसे एक चीज मैं जानना चाहूंगा कि आप ये बताइए मुझे कि देखिए, जो हरकत हुई है बहुत ही घिनौनी हरकत हुई है। इतना बुरा किसी के साथ नहीं होना चाहिए। आप ये बताइए मुझे कि जिसने भी ये वारदात किया, चाहे वो आपका बेटा भी क्यों ना हो, क्या चाहते हैं आप? उसको क्या सजा मिलनी चाहिए?
उसको सजा होना चाहिए सर। हाँ, हमारा बेटा है तो क्या हुआ, उसको फिर भी सजा मिलना चाहिए। हाँ सर।
So there you have it. This is one family that I was saying, Sonia. Out of these 4 accused, now we of course do know that through the day the police have managed to arrest all of these people. As disgusting as it may sound, Sonia, the police is telling us that these people raped this woman because they wanted to teach her a lesson. And now police is also telling us that they have sent teams to Bihar and to Rajasthan to try and nab the other 2 who are also accused of carrying out this ghastly incident. Let's just take a look at this report of what happened through the day, how the police actually arrested these people and all the other events that happened.
Ram Singh, the main accused. He was the driver of the bus and was traced to RK Puram in South Delhi following this picture caught by a CCTV camera yesterday. The bus has been seized and Ram Singh initially denied the charge and had washed all the evidence off the bus.
The accused started the argument with the boy when they asked him inside the bus what he was doing with the girl at that time of the night. Since the couple retaliated and especially the girl fought back very hard, the men got even more angry and they thought they must teach her a lesson. The police have arrested 4 of the accused and they're looking for 2 more, for which they have sent teams to Rajasthan and Bihar.
Last night, the police say the main accused confessed.
मुल्का बस स्टैंड पर खड़े इस कपल को आवाज देकर बुलाया कि उसकी बस द्वारका जा रही है, तो ये कपल उसमें चढ़ गए ये सोचकर कि शायद ये पब्लिक कैरेजवे है.
One of the schools in which this bus operated was Birla Vidyaniketan. In fact, the name of the school appears on the side of the bus. But the CCTV footage which the police had access did not show this name clearly. In fact, it appeared like a dot on the video footage. It was only through a private bus operator that the police got a lead that this bus could have been used to ferry children from this school. That helped them to narrow down the search.
Here at Safdarjung Hospital, the raped and brutalized woman's condition continues to be critical. Her intestines so badly ruptured when the doctors first attempted a repair surgery, they were at a complete loss. She has been on and off the ventilator. The doctors say when the injuries are of such a grievous nature, septicemia and gangrene cannot be ruled out. She cannot speak because she is intubated. But the doctors say she has been responding to simple commands through gestures, her eyes and trying to write a few words.
With Neha Khanna and Tanima Biswas, Anasya Mathur for NDTV.
And before I go across to voices from across the country, I also have with me in the studio tonight Mr. Vivek Gogia, the Joint Commissioner of Police of the Southwestern Range, where this case, the investigations actually fall under your remit, Mr. Gogia. Also with me, Justice Mukul Mudgul, former Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, and Shabana Azmi, well-known actor and a women's activist. Mr. Gogia, you heard our reports. Then we saw that live report really from the parents of one of those boys who have actually been picked up. Are the police confident they have the right men with them? Were you surprised really when you also arrested these men? The fact that they have no major criminal record, at the brutality, and what are the reasons you say they carried out this attack?
Certainly, Sonia, this brutality of this crime is really appalling. The story as it was told to us and then it was later on confirmed by the arrest of these persons, as you rightly said, has been very, very shameful. The girl is, we are praying and best possible medical help is being provided to her. She is recovering. But the sheer violence involved in the act is totally disproportionate to what was required. They have enticed this young boy and girl pretending to be a civilian, like a scheduled transport bus, calling out for bus numbers and inviting them into the bus, and then assaulted them very, very violently inside. This maybe reflects a bigger malady of our society, where in my career I have come across some cases where the dehumanization is so complete and the violence used is so disproportionate that is sometimes very, very appalling.
In fact, again, the details that the Commissioner of Police gave today, the fact that this girl fought, she fought because when they started, I think they were apparently taunting them, asking why she was out with this boy in the first place. They both fought back. The boy tried to defend her. He was beaten with an iron rod. What details do you have on that, sir?
The boy immediately reacted, and he is a strong boy and he was good for 2 boys. He actually fought back very hard. Then Ram Singh, the main accused, assaulted the boy with the iron rod on his head, and with half conscious, he was overpowered and pinned down. In the process, the girl tried to defend the boy, and she was also brutally assaulted, and then their assault went on ahead to being the physical and sexual in nature. And then from there on it continued to absolute abject mindless violence.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.